Look at this. Look at this. I'm trying to see if I got sound here. If anybody jumps in the chat, let me know. I got sound. Okay, I do got sound. All right, awesome. Let me know. I got sound. Let me pop out the chat here, guys. Da, da, da. Boom, popping out the chat. All right, I got the chat popped out. There we go. Yeah, today we're going to drink this Mikerphone Brewing Shaolin finger jab. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Huh. And smoke one of these Alec and Bradley Project 40. I got the Maduro and the Naturale here. I haven't determined which one I'm going to actually smoke. I'm leaning on this Naturale, but since maybe we're not going to go so long, this Maduro, they were all sold out. The guy at Benny's didn't know much about them. The Maduro sold out very quickly, so they got to be a pretty good smoke. I didn't do any research on it. I already know, as you guys already know, Alec and Bradley's making some really nice product, fantastic product over here. And there's an interesting inscription that we're writing here on the label, and we're going to read that a little bit. But let me see if there's something to this Mikerphone Brewing. What's up, Real News? Everything's good, brother. Everything's good, man. Yeah, the Shaolin finger jab. I saw this can and I just had to get it. It's a double IPA. There aren't in it. It's from Mikerphone Brewing. Let's see what it says here. Brewed in can, Mikerphone Brewing in Elk Grove Village, Illinois. The facility there is supposed to be an awesome facility with pinball machines. I've yet to go to the brewery. I'm definitely dying, and I'm definitely going to go there. But we're going to try this. This can looks awesome in the light. Just an awesome looking can. I was sold on the can because, of course, we like the Wu-Tang Clan. We're from the streets, Shaolin. But the Shaolin finger jab, we're going to drink that and smoke it with one of these bad boys. Man, that Maduro does look pretty good. There's a little crack in one of the leaves there. I could tell right there on this particular cigar. But the Maduro leaf looks pretty good. Let's see if there's something we could read on the band there. Let me see. Project 40 is the search to find a deeper understanding on as why a cigar has a positive cognitive impact on the mind and body. Similar to music, a cigar has to take control of your happiness. I guess it's a little philosophical thing on the Project 40. Very interesting. I like that reading that. That's what it says there. That being said, since the Maduro looks a little damaged, I'm going to smoke the Maduro as opposed to the Naturale. And let's get that out here. Let me get that out here. Let me get the beer sort of flowing too. Let's see here. How'd you do, MMA? Real News MMA. How was your gambling week, man? That was a fantastic card last week. Man, I was stunned by Valentina. I was just stunned. What a performance by Alexa Grasso. I mean, just performance of the night for sure, other than John Jones possibly. Yeah, so it says here on the cigar, Project 40 is the search to find a deeper understanding as to why cigars have a positive cognitive impact on the mind and body. Similar to music, cigars have something that you can't read the rest of it. Take control of your happiness. And it's signed by, I don't know who signs that. I don't know whose signature is, but it's the Experimental 40. This is the Maduro. That little breakage there, it shouldn't be too, right where my thumb is, shouldn't be impact the cigar so much. Let's get this going. What's up, people? Welcome, Bow Betters. What's up, people? I didn't do the watch check, but that's okay. You can do it right there. I got the Timex Marlin on today, right? Very inexpensive. This was a $79 watch. It sells for like $140. The quality on it isn't fantastic. You guys have seen this before, so that's the Timex. That's what I put on today on this nice band. And as you see, I got the butterfly clasp in gold to match the gold there. Quality of the build of this watch is not very good, but it's a classic watch. It looks really good. I love the beautiful silver dial. It stands out and it looks more expensive. And I scratched that dial today so easily because it's this plastic dial. Yeah, not happy with the glass on it. It's not sapphire crystal. It's not a sapphire glass. It's just domed. It's scratched up a lot actually on its edges here. I'll have to clean that. Let's see what that is. Huh. Yeah, it's not scratches actually, just dirt. Oh no, there's a ding there. Wow, that's a big scratch. That's a crack almost. Not good. Yes, I already cracked this sucker. Wow. Wow. Oh, actually, you know what it is? Here. Wow, I never noticed. It had this film on there, so it didn't scratch. Wow, it looks much nicer without this film on there that was protecting it. So I should have left that on there because it really protected the watch quite a bit. But yeah, what's up, people? Ronu's missed a parlay by Shevchenko and missed another by Marquez. Yeah, man, Bo actually helped me out. I was definitely right on with Bo. I jumped at the round one submission. Thanks for hitting the like button, by the way, Ronu's, or anybody else comes in, please hit the like button. You know, I hit a bunch of my parlays. You know, I hit a bunch of the finished parlays, Shavkat submission or finish parlay with Bo Nickel by finish parlay, with John Jones finish parlay. Like, I hit a bunch of things on the fly as I was drinking at the casino, which was not a good thing. Missed out on a lot of other bets because I was not focused, drinking too much. Bad thing to, you know, go to a casino and drink and gamble. It's not good. Not good, because yes, I made money, but I didn't make as much as I could have because I was drunk and it just didn't stay focused on what I had to do, which was make money. You know, rather than drink. I watched the fights, enjoyed the fights. Very disappointing in Julian Marquez, man. Just dude did not have a very good fight IQ. And he got, and the gas tank, as we knew, wasn't going to be fantastic, but the fight IQ was just horrible. The guy just, you know, had his chances in the beginning of the fight, really, to slow down the pace, take control of the fight, you know, with the ground game. And he fell in love with his hands, didn't do any wrestling. And that was one of my bigger bets, was Julian Marquez. You know, I had him at that dog money. I was happy with him as a dog. A lot of other people picked him as a dog too. I was surprised at, but that surely cut into most of my profit right there, or most of the profit. I still profited out like $200 or $175 profit, you know, which is okay, but you know what it could have been if Julian Marquez had just come through, or just disappointing. And I had another large parlay with Valentina, Shavkat, you know, the big three: Shavkat, Valentina, Bo Nickel, in a parlay that was fairly substantial. That also cut into my profit a bit. Again, I was really impressed with Alexa Grasso. What a performance! But it was a fantastic card, really good card. A lot of overs. I won on a lot of my over parlays. I didn't want to get there. I didn't want to be like that, like going over 2.5, over 1.5 on a lot of these fights, with the exception, I picked my nose, with the exception of Bo Nickel. I didn't want to get there and go there, but I had a lot of these round props that I did hit. Didn't want to be there, right? I didn't want to be propped out as much as I was, but I did. I ended up propping myself out big time, and this is an issue where a lot of my smaller props were, I hit them, so I hit them, so it would turn out to be okay, but could have been a better night if I just not drank as much. And then plus, I'm spending $10 beers. Shit, fucking ends up, you know, another fucking unit just in beers. Right, so I just did a little sliver of a cut there on the Alec and Bradley Pottery 40. Smells good. Smells really good. I can see why this Maduro sold quickly. The beer, let's take a sip of the beer. It looks great. Look at that. It looks juicy. Like this smells more hoppy than some of the other beers that I have. I don't smell the citrus, although I can see the citrus in there. A lot more hops. Light, a little fruit, more hop taste. The middle is almost apricot-y. Really, really nice juice. The body on this beer is fantastic. Mikerphone Brewing. This is really tasty beer. It's going to go well with the cigar. The body on it in the middle is just juicy. It has a slight lemon or citrus rind to it, but still just a tasty beer. Very flavorful, good hoppy character. You know, I like the hop. You know, I don't like it sometimes when it's just too fruity or too lemony, too citrus. I like it that it still has that regular hop taste. Really good beer. Juicy. Wow. A very juicy beer. It's a double IPA, so it's going to have some decent alcohol content. It doesn't usually states it on the can, but I don't see any on this particular one, but I know it's there. It's going to fuck me up. It's going to get me buzzed. That's for sure. Mikerphone Brewing. I'm going to definitely check out their, they got a killer brew pub, like a tasting room that has like pinball machines and, you know, old video games and stuff like that. It looks really, really cool. Real News says he has a toonie parlay this weekend of Silva, Saeed Dumas, Brzezowski, and Spahn by sub turns $2 into 85 if it hits. Oh my God. Hey, it's a toonie. You know, it's all right. Those, you know, if it's $2, it's not going to hurt you, man. The only thing is, if you win it, you're gonna be like, "Oh my God!" I can't, you know. Do you have all those guys to win by sub? Spawn to win by sub, huh? You know, everyone thinks that Spawn has like this ground game, like Spawn 2.0, that, you know, he's gonna come out there and he's gonna, you know, like just roll with people. You know, I like the new Spawn. You know, he's a little more aggressive because the old Spawn was just like very passive, way overweight. I like that he, you know, Spawn is like improved. So we're gonna see, you know, yeah. I mean, Nikita Krylov is, you know, it can be taken down. I mean, he can roll, and I think Spawn. I don't think Spawn's going to need to take this to the ground. I think that he just on the feet. Spawn's just going to be have a lot more speed. He's going to have the reach advantage, I believe. He's I think, the more skilled boxer and even kickboxer. And I think there could be like a club and sub happening. But I think Spawn just outright can just outpoint the guy and even knock Krylov out. Just it being on the feet. So Spawn might be as the dog actually right now. You know, because Krylov is tough too. Krylov's got some power. This is going to be a great card, guys. Not necessarily for gambling, but just as a free UFC card. There is a lot of great fights on this card. Yeah, I like Saeed Nurmagomedov as Nurmagomedov as well. Nurmagomedov. Yeah, that crack in the cigar is I felt just in a moment just now, peeling away. That's a good ass fight. Jonathan Martinez is no joke. Like this is going to be a good kickboxing match, and if Saeed could, you know, wrestle, which is going to be hard for him to do, because I view him more as an opportunistic wrestler. Like he or more of a, he wrestles out of necessity when other people initiate the wrestling. He's good at reversing position and taking a favorable position and maximizing that. I mean, he's not a submission grappler at all. He's more of a kickboxer. Yes, he got that submission. He's got 2 of them now. But I think those come from other people like laxing in their ground discipline. I was actually on Yakub that last fight out, and he was doing well until he just couldn't get his head out of that one position and kept going to the well, like stupidly putting his head down the way he did, and Nurmagomedov was able to capitalize on it. Jonathan Martinez is a tough guy to take down, but even as a kickboxing match, Saeed could probably outpoint him. I think it's going to be a very close match. I wouldn't bank on a submission in that particular bout at all. Yeah, I'm hoping that the line between Spawn and Nikita Krylov, I think Spawn, Krylov has that power, right? I mean, but, most of his wins are still by decision. Most of his losses, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, 3 of them, I'm sorry, have been by submission. Jan Blachowicz got an arm triangle. Misha Serkinov got a guillotine choke, and Paul Gray got a triangle choke. So the guy's another, and then he lost to OSP via Von Flue choke, right? So, he has that power, but if he doesn't knock you out, he's susceptible in the ground game. I mean, Spawn can take the guy down. Spawn's wrestling isn't that fantastic. I don't view him as a very good wrestler. But I think Spawn is a good live dog in this spot. And I think Spawn on the finish line. Let's see what Spawn on the finish, because I think Spawn could do it on the feet as well. I think he could wear down Nikita Krylov. I think he could wear him down. The over is set at plus money, so they're expecting the under 1.5 is minus 155. They're expecting this to finish early. I like that the under 2.5 is minus 375. I think that's because Spawn's a lot of his fights end early, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like, let's see Ryan Spawn. Like, yeah, look at that. Dominic Reyes, KO round 1. Ian Cucubella round 1. Losing to Anthony Smith in submission round 1. Winning by knockout round 1. Lost to Johnny Walker by knockout round 1. He's gone. That fight with Sam Alvey went to a decision, and he won that. At least he won that, even though he didn't outstrike Sam Alvey, but he did have 2 takedowns. So he had some. I remember that fight. I think Sam Alvey got robbed in that fight. I would have given it to Sam Alvey. He beat Devin Clark by submission in round 2. He beat Rodrigo Nogueira KO round 1. But yeah, Spawn is a round 1 guy. He beat Emiliano Sordi by submission, the guillotine choke in round 1, and he lost to Carl Robinson in round 1. So that's why Vegas really sees that under 1.5 at minus 155. They see that this finishing in the first round or early in the second round, and I think I would have to agree. Taking Krylov by TKO plus 290 or him by a submission plus 260. The Krylov's finish line is minus 105. So they see him being the finisher, and Spawn to win by finish is plus 195. So that's by submission or by TKO. Any fighter to win by submission plus 150, and any fighter to win by TKO is plus 123. The decision props are huge in this. I'm leaning on it going, to not going the distance. I think Krylov has the power to knock Spawn out, but if Spawn can somehow get to the floor where Nikita Krylov obviously has that weakness. Let's see what the round prop is. Krylov round 1 is plus 230. Might as well that's not bad. Spawn round 1 is plus 420. And Spawn rounds 1 and 2 is plus 240. And Nikita Krylov rounds 1 and 2 is plus 120. Not a bad cigar. Very soft, full-bodied. Not a lot of chocolatiness to it for a Maduro. Not bad. It has a subtle sweetness to it. Not a lot of pepperiness or spice at all, which is good. Wow, that beer is fantastic. This beer, the beer's in the 9 Club, guys. I could drink this shit all day. Oh, so drinkable. High drinkability. It has good balance between the sugars or that juicy characteristic of it, and then the hops. Right? It still works. It's like, wow. A lot of the beers that I've tasted, they sacrifice one for the other. When they're too juicy, they don't have that hoppy character anymore. You don't taste that earthy, the hops and some of the ingredients just get lost in the mix because there's so much juice and so much fruit in the flavor, so much citrus. The citrus just takes over. Whereas in this, the balance is there, right? Hopefully that comes with the cigar. Not an unoffensive cigar at all. Little leatheriness to it, with a slight sweetness to it. I wish I would have gotten the larger gauge on this cigar. They were sold out. I wish I would have gotten something where I could have tasted the flavors could have been a little bit more pronounced for me. Yeah, that's a good take. Real news. That's a great fight too, man. Davey Grant, Asunciao, and we're looking at Asunciao 2.0, right? Ever since that knockout against Cody Garbrandt, he's just been, gotten better. I mean, people slept on Asunciao. He almost was on the precipice of a title shot. It's just that his style wasn't very exciting, right? He didn't get that push from the UFC, but he had before this loss to Cody Garbrandt, he had an 8-fight winning streak in that division. No, I guess not, because he lost to Morales. He did have a small losing streak, but before he got on that losing streak, before he got on his losing streak, where he lost to Marlon Moraes by submission, he lost to Corey Sandhagen by decision, lost to Cody Garbrandt by TKO, and then he lost to Ricky Simone by TKO. I mean, that victory against Victor Henry is not bad. Where he wrestled, where he used his head. People, ignored him. But yeah, prior to that, no, he did have a couple losses, but he was pretty good. I mean, he was 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fight winning streak. He lost to T.J. Dillashaw by decision. Then he had another 4 fights winning streak before going on that losing streak. Right? He beat Marlon Moraes once. He beat Rob Font. He has a victory over Aljamain Sterling, who's the champion right now. He has victories over Brian Caraway and Pedro Munoz. He has a victory over T.J. Dillashaw or Fakashaw. This is going to be, I mean, Davey Grant has a lot less experience, but I like me some Davey Grant. He fights for your money, man. I've made a lot of money with Davey Grant, and seeing him as a dog, is well, actually, no, he's minus 139. He's come down a bit. I think that should be a pick'em. It's going to be an awesome fight. I anticipate Asunciao and Davey Grant being really, really good. Yeah, Davey Grant's all his losses have been by submission. Rear naked choke against Chris Holdsworth. Man, that was in the Ultimate Fighter. Wow, and then submitting an arm bar by Damian and Manny Bermudez by submission triangle. If some of those guys, I mean, but Chris Holdsworth's supposed to be able to roll. That guy was supposed to be a jiu-jitsu prodigy for MMA. We just never got to see him at that time, because of the injury. Because Dillashaw apparently hurt him, right? Dillashaw, rumor has it that Dillashaw, went rough on him in practice and injured him, and he had a neck injury, I guess. They never recovered and wasn't able to pursue his career because Dillashaw had this reputation to go hard or just be a dirty fighter in practice, and it just ended Chris Holdsworth's career, which is a shame. I mean, he's a coach now, but who knows what he could have been, because he did win, I believe. Did not Chris Holdsworth win the Ultimate Fighter? Wasn't that the actual? That was the actual title. That's where Juliana Pena also won her belt for Ultimate Fighter in that particular season. Yeah, that's not a Roy News. You're ahead of me, but man, or it's okay. We just talk. It's just you and I. That's another fight that I like. Tony Gray. I mean, we saw that Victor Henry had a hard time with wrestling. Asunciao was able to hold him down for like 4.5 minutes, I believe, in their bout. And it's not necessarily MMA math, but we're seeing that if he's taken down, he has a hard time with this level of fighters. In Latin America, when people would take him down, he would actually reverse them and submit them. He actually has a bunch of submission victories on the local circuit. Victor Henry, right? He has a ground game, but he's more of a stand-up fighter, and I could see Graverly holding him down, because Graverly is a different level of wrestler than Victor Henry has faced in the Latin American circuit and or in the UFC so far. But Victor Henry, I mean, if he could keep Graverly off of him, which is going to be hard to do, because Graverly is a good grappler. Problem is, Tony Gravely has not learned, it doesn't have his jiu-jitsu down. If that guy, he gets takedowns in almost every single one of his fights. Look he had 11 takedowns against Simon Oliveira. He had 2 against Javid Basharat. He lost in that fight. And I think obviously lost. because Javid Basharat had his own takedowns and held Tony Gravely for almost 3.5 minutes. But Tony Gravely went 2 of 13 takedowns, so he's going to shoot. He's going to shoot for sure. He lost to Nate Manez by TKO. I mean, Victor Henry is a finisher. I turned people on to Victor Henry a while ago when he, I picked him as the dog to watch some time ago. I like Victor Henry. I think the guy's tenacious. He does have a finishing upside in this bout where I don't think Gravely does. If Gravely, man, if he had just developed that jiu-jitsu, right, he would be so good. But he chooses to control, and he's more of a ground and pound fighter and a control fighter, and he's not always busy when he's got you down there on the ground. If he would just had rounded out his skill set, he wouldn't be in the predicament where he is now, like being almost like 500 in the UFC, right? Like, what is he in the UFC? Yeah, Gravely is 23-8 as a career. Yeah, takedowns average, man. Tony Gravely has almost 6 takedowns per fight. Just insane. But Victor Henry has 75% takedown defense. This is a tough one. I've been fading Tony Gravely, and I still might. I still think that Victor Henry, if he goes in there and is smart and just doesn't brawl, really has gotten an understanding that he's got to have better ring generalship and awareness in the octagon. I might favor Victor Henry, but is he at the favorite money? Yeah, he's still at the favorite money at minus 143. That's a tough ask there at minus 143. I might throw him in a Trixie. It's tough. It's tough because, I think Carlston Harris is a good parlay piece, even at minus 305. I really see him having all the advantages over Jared Gooden. He could take this by TKO or by submission. I haven't seen a submission line yet, but the guy is a monster. I'd favor, probably utilize him as a parlay piece. Yeah, I mean, up and down this card, all really good matchups. Carlton Harris, Jared Gooden, that's still going to be a barn burner. Jared Gooden is not a joke. That dude could still fucking knock your head off as well. There's not saying that he can't necessarily knock out Carlton Harris. Harris lost to Rachmanov. I mean, I'm big on Carlton Harris. I mean, he's got the good judo tosses. For a Brazilian guy, he's got good takedown ability because he does that hip toss, that judo toss that he's really good at. I think that he could possibly here submit Jared Gooden. That line isn't out there, but I'm going to lean on Carlton Harris by submission. He could even get the knockout, but he's got to be careful. And if he's smart, he takes this to the ground and just gets it done early because Jared Gooden is no joke, man. If you don't take this dude down, he lost to Randy Brown by unanimous decision, but he beat Nicolas Stolz by TKO. He lost a unanimous decision loss against Abukar Nurmagomedov, but Nurmagomedov held him down right for most of that fight, and he lost to Alan Jouban. Where Alan Jouban was just smarter than him and outstruck him. Yeah, real news with the black belts. I mean, in jiu-jitsu is one thing, right? Like having that jiu-jitsu. There's one thing. It's just like the wrestling. Like Gravely's got the wrestling, but no jiu-jitsu, right? It's the combination how it goes into MMA that is the difference. The belt itself, you know, like there are a lot. Like look at uh, this guy. You know, there are a lot of black belts in jiu-jitsu in the UFC that don't have very many submissions. I think jiu-jitsu and MMA is a little different than no-gi jiu-jitsu, than gi jiu-jitsu, or just straight jiu-jitsu. It's different. You're not allowed to roll the same way as you would in jiu-jitsu as you do in the UFC, because you have striking involved, right? You have striking involved, and guys are just as high level as you. And I think, like, look at it historically, look like someone like Rodrigo Nogueira is a very good testament of that, who's a jiu-jitsu expert, like in jiu-jitsu itself, so freaking good. Or this other dude, like some guys like Munhoz, his jiu-jitsu translates over into the UFC, right? But you know, guys like who was that? Yeah, Rodrigo Nogueira, and who else was I thinking as well? Like, if you look at Nogueira's career in the UFC, there weren't a lot of submissions there, or they were more like opportunistic submissions, right? He more like club and sub people, right? It wasn't like him rolling that, you know, unlike Verdum, right? Verdum is somebody whose jiu-jitsu translates into MMA really well, right? Not everybody is able to bring their jiu-jitsu game and translate it into victory in the UFC. Just like Tony Gravely, like same with wrestling. Pure wrestlers that do that aren't going to always have that advantage, right? Like, that's why I like this bout between Said Nurmagomedov and Jonathan Martinez. I think it's going to be a stand-up affair. I think it's going to be a fucking kickboxing war. That's going to be a rock'em sock'em fucking 3 rounds of just mayhem. I don't see Oliveira on this card any longer, right? I don't see him on the betting site. They don't have Oliveira on there at all. So let me see here. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if Oliveira, that fight is still on, but Carl William and Lucas Brisky. Uh, you know, Carl Williams is a strong guy, but yeah, look at the Lucas Brisky's actually has far more striking. You know, just a lot more output. You know, Carl Robinson has a better takedown ability and takedown accuracy, and the takedown defense is on Lucas Bresky. You know, I haven't watched enough tape this week on these certain bouts. You know, I might tell you on the Lucas Bresky. Is that what you're leaning towards, Real News? I'll tell you on that. You know, he's got 1 submission victory. I haven't watched a lot of tape on him, and I don't remember him. You know, but for that dog money at plus 180 and that submission line, if he gets the submission, Bresky by submission, plus 1,300. Are we talking about the same guy? Plus 1,300. Vegas does not think that he's going to get the submission at all. But that might be worth a little lottery ticket chase. If you're doing that, Real News, let me know if you're on the Lucas Bresky side. I think you did mention him, huh, as having a black belt. Or am I on the wrong fighter here? Josh Fremd is back. Josh Fremd is back. You know, like, and Guido Canetti's back, right? Like, there's some fighters that, you know, that I like that Dana does that. You know, bring these guys back they fight for your money. Josh Fremd will fight for your money. He's a pretty skilled guy, but I think he got exposed as just his output. Like, he's a good hammer, but not a good nail. Like, he could tire and will tire if you hit him. Another guy that definitely you could bet against is Austin Lingo. Like, that dude is sub or bust. Against Ricardo Ramos, he's going to get lit up or subbed himself. Let me go get another beer. Yeah, anybody else come in, hit the like button. This is the real news MMA and Bout Better Sip and Smoke MMA talk show. So is Carl Williams coming down in weight class? See, if he's coming down, fade him. The cigar is nice. It's not super flavorful. The beer is just outclassing it. You know what I mean? Like, the beer is the thing that's shining. It's outclassing the cigar, adding flavor to it, and really just making the cigar. Man, that beer is so fucking good. Whoa. Yeah, I'm gonna giving this beer a 9.5. 9.5, guys. This is as good as a beer can get, in my opinion. Mikerphone Brewing Shaolin Finger Jab. Definitely one of the best beers I've had in a long time. And I drink a lot of beer, guys. I've drank a lot, and it just isn't the packaging. You can put anything you want in the packaging. The beer is just outstanding. The balance, like I said, juiciness with hops. It's just unsurpassed. It's unparalleled. The very few beers have this level of balance between the two, and it's just a winner. It just wins out 9.5. One of the best beers we've had here with a mediocre cigar. Yeah, so this one's at heavyweight. Yeah, Carl Robinson, light heavyweight. I might stay away from that, but at the price, you know, I mean, Bresky just has a good price to him, right? I just can't bet and gamble that way. But before I make a determination on Saturday, I'll look at some film tomorrow. So I appreciate your input, Real News, because, you know, this card is full of guys that are not really UFC level. But I like that. You could say that about, okay, going up and down the card. Definitely Ricardo Ramos, Austin Lingo, both these guys are in that mediocre level, right? It is what it is. You know, Tyson Nam, Bruno Silva, another one. Tyson Nam coming back, right? I don't know if Tyson Nam was released from the UFC, but this is a very mid-level fight. But it's good. Carlson Harris, Jared Gooden, same thing. You could say hateful, or you know, Victor Henry, Tony Gravely. No one's going to be a champ in these particular bouts. You know, Mario Bautista and Guido Canetti. Guido Canetti is Mario Bautista is a minus 1,000 favorite against Guido Canetti. Man, Canetti gets no respect. Just Canetti, of course, was the guy who got beat up, right, by Sugar Sean O'Malley, right? Is that who they're bringing back? Guido Canetti. Is that him? No, I'm thinking of somebody else. Oh, I know who Guido Canetti is now. He beat Randy Costa. Man, I'm not going to bet. I can't believe you're going to put Batista. Man, Guido Canetti's a monster, dude. Guido Canetti is a beast. I'm definitely throwing a flyer on Guido Canetti. The guy, he another guy that fights for your money. Is Victor Henry and Guido Canetti, are they the training partners? Do they have a relationship? Because I think they're both from South America. They're both South American. They trained in, I think they're both from Argentina. I'm not certain of that. I know they've also both trained in Mexico, but I'm, yeah, Batista with the sub in round one, huh? Man, you know, yeah, this is a very interesting card. Interesting card. I don't think it's a horrible card gambling wise. We don't see the crazy favorite lines except with that Mario Batista against Guido Canetti. Guido Canetti has a 70% takedown defense. I mean, not bad. Yeah, it was Chris Mutino. I'm sorry. I was thinking of Chris Mutino. I thought Chris Mutino was on this uh, fight because Chris Mutino, Guido Canetti beat Chris Mutino, right? That's who I was thinking. They gave Chris Mutino another chance, and this is like a card like that too, where everybody on this card, with the exception of like Rafael Asuncion, Davey Grant, definitely UFC level. Will they ever be champs? Maybe not, but they are, in top 10, level fighters, both those guys. And I think I would say the same with Peter Yan, Merab Davishvili. Two top 10 guys, obviously. Like the best guys in that division have to fight each other at some point or another. And it sucks for Peter Yan that he's going to have to climb that ladder again. And he's put in a tough spot, even though he's the favorite. What did Real News say? Nam has been on the ground his whole career and is actually on top of the UFC records for bottom position time and bottom percentage. I think Silva is perfect to change this. I have a friend that got into an internet brawl with Tyson Nam, and Tyson Nam actually was dumb enough to engage with, I don't know why these UFC fighters, if you're a UFC fighter, or if you're somebody famous or somebody, why would you strike down, right? Like, why would you even bother addressing somebody like me? Like if someone said something about your fight or someone said something about your channel, why I said something about your channel, we know who we're talking about, baby. Stacks, baby. Why you'd even bother to address me? There's no point. Like, I don't have the viewership. I have no legitimacy or credibility. And all you would do is add credibility to me by getting into an internet beef with me. All I would do is win. I would just benefit from it. And that's the same for me with people that, I would have an argument or would have a discussion with me or, whatever. I really don't care, what most people think. That's not true because if you're presenting good information, like Real News is in the chat right now, guys, and I had the Mattress guy in the past and Joey who know their stuff, and if you have people like Real News who knows MMA from both a gambling perspective as well as just has these facts, this information, listen to those people. Like me, I have a base of experience that I think grants me a little legitimacy because I have a long history now, a long history of gambling and watching MMA for over a decade, right? And gambling for over a decade in MMA. I believe it garners a little bit more of a credible standpoint. But it's gambling, and I still make mistakes, and I still don't do my diligence on certain fights. Like this card, I honestly, guys, didn't do any tape study, just here smoking a cigar, just talking shit. I didn't throw out any of my bets that I have done yet, and I haven't recommended really anything. But I'm leaning on certain people here. There are, I like, for example, that Carlson Harrison as a parlay piece. I like that possibly with Victor Henry in a Trixie, but with whom? I'm scared of the Said Nurmagomedov and Jonathan Martinez because Jonathan Martinez is no joke, man. I like Ricardo Ramos, but at minus 435, that price tag's way too high, even in a parlay. I like Alexander, the Alexanders fight, Volkov and Romanov. That's going to be a good ass fight too. Alexander Romanov is overrated, guys, right? But Volkov, man, if he could stuff those takedowns, I think he could really hurt. Alexander Romanov is another guy that likes to be the hammer and is not good nail. And if he doesn't get on top of you, he's going to lose. He's not very good on the feet. He's strong. He's got that knockout power, but Volkov could tag him as well. I'm leaning a little bit on Volkov, but I can't back Volkov because I just see Alexander Romanov, who does have good wrestling, being able to sit on him, right? For that dog money at plus 650, I'm liking Guido Canetti. I know Mario Bautista has the upside and is probably a more well-rounded fighter, but Guido Canetti fights for your money, just like Davey Grant. I'm surprised that Grant is the favorite there. I can't say that there is recency bias. Maybe just because Grant is, Grant's a tough dude. He's a tough dude, and yes, he could be submitted if Asunciao, but Rafael Asunciao's wrestling is not great. But he has a good fight IQ, right? So maybe he gets this to the ground because a lot of fighters can get this to the ground, and that's where I see there's a little value there at the plus 112. I'm going to wait on that and see if maybe I get Grant just at even more even money or maybe even dog money, because I'm surprised that he is the favorite here, considering that Asunciao has a lot more experience. Had that great victory against Victor Henry in his last fight, but Davey Grant, we're going back to that fight. I think this could, again, guys, from a entertainment standpoint, a fabulous card, another great card, back to back. All of these fights up and down. Krylov Sman, great fight. Martinez Nurmagomedov, great fight. I think Ramos is going to run through Austin Malingo. He's going to beat the living shit out of that guy. He's going to knock him out. Ricardo Ramos, what is the TKO line here? Yeah, plus 360. There's value there. And plus 195 by decision. I might take that TKO or decision prop in DraftKings on Ricardo Ramos. I don't know what that is yet, but that's the line. That's the way I think that's going to go. Volkov and Romanov, awesome fight. And Peter Yan, Merab fight is going to be sick. Not bad. Well, the difference between Blades and Alexander Romanov is Romanov, when he hits you, it hurts. The dude packs power. So when it hits you on the feet and he tags you, and he's going to hit Alexander Volkov, how is Volkov going to, like, that takes away from his power meter, right? Like, even his get-up ability is going to be affected by that, right? Because he's not going to be wanting to get back up there if he gets tagged a lot by Romanov. But Volkov should have a huge striking advantage here, right? He is the more skilled and more well-rounded. No, not on the ground, but he is the more skilled kickboxer. If he could avoid Alexander Romanov's takedown, avoid, stay on the outside and avoid those power punches, he might be able to outpoint Alexander Romanov. And I think Alexander Romanov is a type of fighter, again, good hammer, not a good nail. He might quit, right? He might quit. He might decide to... What's that? To fold. Volkov by TKO plus 340. Yeah, I'm not sold on Alexander Romanov. I don't think he's the real deal. I know they're pushing him. He's going to get a title shot, maybe. I think John Jones would do fine against Alexander Romanov. Even at that size, I think John Jones just to have such a good speed advantage. If it's in a big octagon, if it's not in Vegas, I think John Jones could run circles around Alexander Romanov and I'll point him. Volkov round 3 TKO. Real News MMA. Yeah, I might. Is it time to fade Volkov? Is it time to fade Volkov with Alexander Volkov? Romanov with Volkov. It's too funny. These guys' names are so similar. 2 Russians, right? 2 Russians here. A lot of Russians on this card. Got some Russian on Russian violence. Even Merab Davishvili. Is Georgia, Georgia's part of Russia, is it not? Didn't the Russians conquer Georgia again? They annexed it like they're trying to do the Ukraine. Yeah, that's the thing with this bout. Alexander Romanov can get he's got that, he does the same submission that Volkov is susceptible to. But if you're Volkov, you gotta start drilling these things. That's just like a lot of these guys. If you're Tony Gravely, if I were Tony Gravely, for example, I would be practicing getting to back my jiu-jitsu all fucking day, man. I would work on my submission skills. Just like if I were Jared Gooden, I'd be working on my wrestling, staying on my feet and getting up. How to get up from when someone's on top of you, right? Same with Davey Grant. David Grant actually has a very good get-up game. And I think that's why he's the favorite here, is he does struggle and he can be submitted, but he fights to get up. He doesn't want to stay down there at all. So let's see if we review, if we're looking at some dogs, Volkov, definitely not Austin Lingo. Man, Jonathan Martinez is, but this Said Nurmagomedov is a legit kickboxer. I think Jonathan Martinez is good, but I think Said Nurmagomedov packs a little bit more punch. Ryan Spahn. And is there another dog? Oh, no, you'd have to go with the Rafael Asuncion. Okay, but Ryan Spahn, Alexander Volkov, and Carlson Harris ain't a Trixie. Not a big one. Let's just say a $40 Trixie wins you $156. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that, man. You know, I think Ryan Spahn, I think he could, if he withstands that first round storm, but he's a first round guy himself, man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Oh, Victor Petrino and Anton Tujeki. Yeah, that's why you have no clue on it, and it's an even money fight. It's at minus 112, right? I'd have to look at the tape. I'd have to look at some tape on each of the guys. Honestly, I probably have seen both of them fight. I just can't. Nothing just hits the memory right now. This beer. Oh yeah. No, the Guido Canetti on the money line at plus 650. I'm on that all day. I'm throwing a 20 on that. Yeah, real news. I like Spahn and Volkov as dogs here. I think that Nikita Krylov is one dimensional, all power though, man, super powerful. And Alexander Romanov is not that good, man. The guy gasses. He's not very good on the feet. Even on the ground, I don't see him as like this fantastic wrestler. He just has that weight where he can lay on you, and he knows that one, his Americana submission. But other than that, he doesn't have any other submission skills. He doesn't roll. He goes for the armbar, and that's it. He goes for the Americana, and he's a one-trick pony. And if Volkov could just stuff a few takedowns, wear him down, get him into the second round, with Spahn and Krylov, I just don't know where they're going to be that second round. I would favor Spahn because Spahn has that resurgence as his weight's gone down, which leads me to be that his cardio is going to be a little bit better. But Krylov packs, man, that power that he's got is just no joke. The dude he has a serious power, and Russians are super tough. But Ryan Spahn, it can be up for it. I think that it's going to be. I think those aren't. I think that Trixie is what I might. I'll throw a 40 on it. $40 in a Trixie, not even a full unit. Phantom Smeagol says he's going to bet a parlay with Mario, Saeed, and Volkov. Yeah, I'm liking Saeed too, man. But I can't undersell Martinez, man. Like, Jonathan Martinez is smart. He uses his kicks well. When he gets into the phone booth and he starts like brawling, he's going to have a problem. But that's the problem here, is that Saeed Nurmagomedov is going to come. Like it's going to be hard for Jonathan Martinez to like keep that space and that distance. Which if you fight Martinez at distance, he's going to piece you up. Great kicking, great accuracy, knows how to use his reach and his leg span to kick you away from him, and following it up with strikes. So, man, that's a tough one. Yeah, I would. You know what I would do, Phantom Smeagol? I would leave Mario Batista out of that parlay, bro. Adds no value. I don't care what all these guys are. Oh, you put him in a parlay with minus 1,000 does not add any value to your parlay. Just keep it a two-piece with Saeed and Volkov, right? If you go Volkov and Saeed, right? Saeed, man, Saeed is a minus 265. He should not be there against Martinez. You're at plus 224, right? If you add Mario Batista, it gets you to plus 257. Not even worth putting in there about Bautista. It's not even worth putting in there. Leave it at 2 pieces. Yeah, Chichenko hurt me a little bit, but didn't kill me. It cut into the profits. It cut into the profit, but I was, as you guys know, I was very high on Shevchenko. Has she hit the wall? The wall, the wall. Has she hit the wall as a fighter? Maybe. You know, with women and with men, uh, you know, there's a certain point in fighting where you know, the juice isn't worth the squeeze anymore. Where you hit the wall, right? And maybe Valentina, we saw that she beat Talia Santos barely, right? A lot of people felt that she almost lost that fight, and you know, the way she performed this time, maybe she's just, you know, it's just time, right? Like she's, you know, rather, you know, I don't know if she's going to get an immediate rematch shot. I think she should get one. But is her career over? You know, just like Glover, like if Glover would have won his fight, I would have told him he did retire. I think Valentina should have retired, even though it was a loss. Um, I think that you know, Valentina should go for the rematch for another title shot, and win or lose, retire. Right? I think she should get a rematch, but win or lose, just retire. Yeah, she's like 36 years old or something like that. Tons of fight experience. Like the same thing that is her strength is something that, you know, she got a lot of miles on her. Valentina, you know, great fighter. One of the greatest ever. For me, she was pound for pound one of the best. You know, I think that has been tarnished a little. And yes, I agree with Real News that the division is caught up to her. Young girls that match her energy and match the skill set. You know, I just think that, you know, she's hit that wall and maybe it's time. But does she have a few fights in her? Yeah, sure. She could go forward and make money elsewhere or in the UFC. I think that she should go for the title shot and win or lose, just retire. And I think you saw that with Jana Jacek. She sort of did the same thing, but when she realized, like, okay, I fought the top women and I've lost again. Like she realized, like, I don't need to do this. I gotta manage. I could do something else in the sport. I don't need to go in there and risk my beauty, my health. Guys, people do not realize how much, like, these guys are fighters, yes, but even as fighters, how much of your life it takes out of you to train at this level and fight. What a fight takes out of you. Like it takes years off your fucking life being in these fights. Some of these fights these guys have, it takes years off their life. You know, someone like Guido Canetti, fucking badass motherfucker. You know, he'll take it. Victor Henry, same thing. Fierce, vicious guys. Jared Gooden, you know, even though he's an underdog, fights for your fucking money. Davey Grant fucking fights for your money. The guy's only like, what is Davey Grant? How old is Davey Grant? The guy looks like he's fucking 50. He looks like he's as old as me, you know, and he's only like probably like 26, 27. You know, like this sport is brutal. Like it takes years off your life. And some of these guys really have to do it. It's what they've been doing. It's what they were raised to do and what they do for a living. You know, like Merab Dvalishvili. Like the dude looks like he's 52. He's big, but you know, he takes it. That's why Peter Yan is going to have to put it on him. And Peter Yan will put it on him. But if Merab goes in there, Merab's another live dog. Like, let's, you know, be real here. Merab's, you know, basically Aljo's wrestling partner, his jiu-jitsu and wrestling partner. if he goes in there with the same game plan, if he could get that body lock, which I doubt he could do as well, that body lock that Aljo put on Peter Yan was a thing of beauty. The way his foot control, the way he moved his feet, was able to switch it and just use the way he locks his feet to his leg is just, and to be able to do it that long is pretty incredible. Yeah, what's up, baby? Coming to fuck up your house. You fuck up your floors, tear down your walls, scratch up all your shit. Let me move some appliances. We got Joey in the house. Hit the like button, guys. What's up, baby? Let me get some gear. I'm gonna put some Nando here. Davey Grant is Joey's pick at -140. Man, I don't know, Joey. That's a tough one. I like me some Davey Grant, though. I do like Davey Grant. I was just saying that, like, fights for your money. You know? I love that. This card has a lot of good, like, tough brawlers and tough motherfuckers. Josh Friend, Victor Henry. You know, even though Carlson Harris is a favorite, like, yeah, real news. Joey Stacks, he's this, like, weightlifter dude. I laugh at him, and my joke with him, or not my beef, but my joke with him is that he's doing, like, this rehab for a quick flip on a house, right? And he's just doing it all wrong, right? He's going about the flip. He's doing all the work wrong, and he shows you all the bad work that he's doing and the bad decisions he's making as a flipper, right? Like, if I had that money, which I don't, but here's one thing, real news, that I would say, and what I gave him advice. If you have money and you're not great at something, like, even though you think you are, it's better to hire someone that knows more and that would be better at it than you go and try to do it and then lose money, right? You still want to make money, but rather than, if you already know that you make these mistakes, and you know, unless you're just in the learning process, but that guy's not in the learning process. Like, I've already paid to learn how to gamble. I already fucking lost so much money, like, doing this gambling shit. I've lost so much where I already know how to make the money, right? I'm not making a fortune because I'm not betting a fortune, right? But I already know the game well enough, right? What I could, I am the Bob better. You know, that's who I am. You know, I mean, I know how to gamble. You know how to gamble winning to win. And I know this MMA gambling thing. Like, it's what I do. It's what I do. I don't gamble NBA. I don't gamble football. Yeah, we dabble in it. Little NHL, little soccer here and there, little Olympics. You know, I find it funny and ironic that the UFC is promoting so much gambling, and then, yes, this dude did do something wrong, right? The coach did do something wrong with his gambling, but it's just convenient that he did something wrong, or did he? There hasn't been proven anything, and it's just interesting that the UFC is so vested in the gambling market. Right, it's just very, very interesting. Joey says, got me a birthday gift, a green swimsuit. Yeah, just give me a bottle of Don Julio. Baby! What's up, baby? Yeah, like myself, like, I give whatever. I don't have the big, like, I wouldn't show myself if I'm not good at something. Someone could say that about me, that I'm not very good at picking MMA stuff, but it's just, it is what it is, right? but I wouldn't show, if I were not good at like flooring, for example, which this guy is not. Joey Stacks is not very good at flooring, doesn't know flooring or home improvements. Like I said, I mentioned good on making fences. That's his lane, right? Not the best at the home rehabs, not the best. And he puts it out there, and then I just make fun of it. That's all. Just troll the guy. Yeah, all this gambling is helping the UFC. Like the common man is going to be gambling on the UFC now. They want people to gamble. A lot of guys, not like us, like now, Real News, Phantom Schmiegel, Joey, like we're excelled at this. We're well seasoned in the gambling, the UFC gambling thing. They want that casual money. They ain't getting money from us because we're winning money, right? Or if we're losing money, it's not very much. Maybe 100 or 200 bucks here and there. It's not very much, right? They're not getting like just guys doing their. Although Real News mentioned he was doing it's just $2, so he could do that fucking 10-leg parlay. Like a lot of guys at work, the dabble in MMA, they're doing just like they do in basketball. They're building these $2 bets that win them $150 or $200 with 9 legs in a parlay. And in MMA, it's just like, why? Dude, it's like, why? You pick one of those fights, you pick the method properly, or you pick the round properly, or you have better insight into the way people are doing. Just like the Nikita Spawn Krylov. Vegas knows that fight ends in under 1.5 at -155. Like last week, betting these overs, everybody knew that you had to parlay them. There was tons of overs. Vegas knew that these fights were going to go to decision or go over, and a lot of them did in the earlier card, early prelims. Oh, that was another loss that I took. I thought that John Jones, that fight was going to go not the distance, but close to it. I thought it would be going over. Oh yeah, we used to have they lowered the value of these props. Joey's right. They started seeing that, hey, you cannot throw certain things, that certain people have tendencies. You cannot give certain people their win method or their win condition at big money. And they used to. Like Jared Gooden is still, they haven't put that out there. Jared Gooden by TKO himself. Guys, I'm going to bet Carlston Harris, but I'm not going big. I'm just going to bet that $40 in that Trixie, because Jared Gooden could still knock Carlston Harris out himself. Carlston Harris, is going to definitely take him down. Not a bad Maduro, not super flavorful. For the price point, guys, this was a $5 cigar. $5 for a premium rolled cigar. It's smoked fantastic. Good draw. Not a ton of flavor. Not a lot of diversity in its flavor. Today it's all about the beer. The Mikerphone Brewing. Joe, you got to go to this Mikerphone place, man. We got to go to this place over here in Elk Grove Village. Yeah, Jared, yeah, you're right. Jared Gooden's chin is wide open, and Carlston Harrison can catch it, but if he's smart, he doesn't stand up with him at all. I do not understand. He's got to do what John Jones does. I don't know why people don't do what is in their best interest. Just like Martinez with this dude with the Canadian, take the motherfucker down. Get in close distance, take him down. You have a wrestling advantage. You have a jiu-jitsu advantage. Take him down and use that advantage. Why are you there standing with somebody? Why are you there? He got beat up. Why are you going to, If someone was beating the shit out of me in the feet, even if I were winning the feet battle, and I knew that this person didn't wrestle very well, I'm gonna fucking take the guy down. You know, that's like Nikita Krylov and Ryan Spahn. Like, you're not gonna want to stand with Nikita Krylov. You know, I don't care if you're Ryan Spahn. The dude's got power. You gotta take that dude down. Can you hang with him? Yes. Why? Use your advantage. If I were Rafael Asuncion, I would fucking rush Davey Grant like fucking Gamebred does. Run across the fucking goddamn octagon and fucking take that motherfucker down. Take him down. Why stand with Davey Grant? You don't want to stand with Davey Grant. Run down there, and every opportunity you get, you fucking take him down. Close distance, clinch, take him down. And you do that every time. Strike, change levels. Every single time. And will Rafa and Asuncion do it? No. That's the same for Mario Bautista against Guido Canetti. The longer Guido Canetti stays on his feet, the more opportunity he has to knock you out and outpoint you. Right? Like, why? If you're Mario Bautista, you have a fucking grappling advantage. Run across the fucking goddamn fucking... You just, don't even let them hit you. I don't get these guys. I don't understand some of these UFC fighters. Like, let's spar for a little bit. Let's play. Like, why? Why? You have the just like Merab Dvalishvili and Peter Yan. Merab, you're a wrestler. You're a Georgian wrestler. That's what you do. That's your bread and butter. And yet, he's going to, first 2 minutes, 3 minutes, he's going to stand with Peter Yan. Instead of just fucking right away. When you're fresh, when you're dry, right? Close that fucking distance and fucking take him down. But he won't. He won't. I have no idea why. I don't know what's up with these guys, and I get it. Some guys have great takedown defense. They see the takedowns coming, like Jonathan Martinez and Nurmagomedov. But Nurmagomedov, you guys got to realize he's a kickboxer, guys. He's not a wrestler. Everybody sees these submissions. He's an opportunist. When it's there, he's there. But he's a master of sport in kickboxing. If I were Jonathan Martinez, I would not want to engage in any of the wrestling. But the problem is, Saeed hits hard. Yakub did not want to have anything with him on the feet. Even though Yakub could fucking strike. He was like, oh no, this dude hits fucking hard. I'm fucking wrestling and I'm winning by wrestling. I'm just holding him down. And it didn't work out for him. I think Spahn in this advantage is Nikita Krylov doesn't have that level of jiu-jitsu. Spahn has got, if I were Spahn, I would be fucking drilling wrestling all fucking week. Wrestling. And I would fucking fake, throw a couple jabs, throw a kick, and fucking change levels and fucking come at that motherfucker and take him down. These guys, a lot of guys in the UFC, I don't know what it is they're coaching. They let them, they coach. They're like, okay, it's got to be free flow. You got to be in the moment. Whatever happens. You got to make that adjustment. I'd be like, no. Look at John Jones. His coaches told him the game plan. You go in there, you take this motherfucker down right. You go in there and you close distance, take him down immediately. Don't even bother exchanging with him. Don't feel him out. That's what his coaches. He's got the best coaches. It wasn't Trevor Whitman, but he had a. Yeah, real news. I don't, I think you're overvaluing Saeed as a grappler. He's not a grappler. Saeed's not a grappler. I think he's going to force, and you know what? He won't force Martinez to grapple, and Martinez won't grapple. Martinez wants to have this a kickboxing match, and that's why Nurmagomedov is minus 265, is because this is going to be on the feet. I see this going over. See, over 1.5 minus 315. I think it's going to go to the distance. Yes, to go the distance, -1. I see it going the distance. I see Saeed being comfortable on the feet, stalking Martinez, as Martinez is going to just be evasive, and Martinez is not going to like being jabbed and hit by Saeed. Saeed hits hard, and Jonathan, and where the grappling could come into play is that Saeed's going to catch some of his kicks. Martinez is a great kicker, and Saeed's going to get sick of being kicked. He's going to be like, I can't close distance very well because Martinez is going to be able to keep him off him. So, oh yeah, when Saeed gets the neck, you're done. The guy's got a great grip. He's got a strong grip. That's because his hands are strong and his arms are strong, and his like, I like Saeed more method wise. The finish is okay, but by TKO is plus 370, right? Him by submission is plus 525, and him by finish is plus 188. I like that number a little better. Yeah. I'm going to stay away from that bout. I think gambling. We'll see. I like Martinez. I mean, Martinez has a path to victory here, and that's keeping Saeed away from him. But if he's able to, and I don't think he's going to be able to. I think Saeed's just too relentless. And and maybe today on Saturday we'll see Saeed's wrestling. If he can wrestle, if he actually can really grapple and if he gets Martinez to the ground, it's over. It's over. Saeed will get that submission. Like, because one thing I like about Saeed is that he goes for the submission right away. He's not a position guy. He's not going to want to just hold you there. He's going to finish you. Not a bad finish on this cigar. Not a bad finish. Burns a little hot. Again, just standard leather. Not a lot of sweetness. Not a lot of chocolate on the Maduro. Good full body. I'm going to give this cigar a 6.5. Almost 7, but 6.5. But for the price point, 7. For $5, although we've had some $5 plus cigars like La Aurora, there were a few others that we've had here, and again, I need to chart those that for the money were far better, right? So, but this beer is $16 a 4-pack, so it's in the premium up there, but 9.5, guys. This beer is one of the best beers I've had. I could fucking buy another 4-pack. If I could have this shit delivered to me right now, another 4-pack, I'd have it after. I want another 4-pack of this shit. It's so good. One of the best beers that I've had. Love it. Like perfect balance of citrus and hops. And it packs a buzz. Love it. Fucking great beer. This beer is close to perfection as I enjoy. For me, like the balance between the juice and the hops is unparalleled, unmatched. And drinkability, shit. I could drink a keg of this fucking shit right now. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, so we didn't address Lipinski and JJ Aldrich. I would stay away from there. There are a lot of good fights here. I have to look at Cedric Dumas against Fremd, because Josh Fremd is skilled, man. The guy's got, he is a kickboxer. Unless Dumas, I have to go do my research on that fight. Fremd might be another live dog here too. Unless Cedric has like a gas tank and some good wrestling, he'd be in trouble with Josh Fremd. Fremd is long, lean, good kickboxer, not a good gas tank. Not a good gas tank at all. Another guy that is a good hammer, not a good nail. Like if he starts to put it on Dumas and Dumas can't take it, I have to do some more research on that. I'm hoping the line between Graverly and Henry goes down a bit. I'm leaning slightly on Henry, but I'm not going to bet it until the line goes down. I'm on Harrison. Nam and Bruno. Not a fan of Tyson Nam. Like, just so inconsistent. And Bruno Silva is coming off, like, what is, as Real News mentioned, a 2-year layoff. Ugh. I'm not there. I think we have already, like, our fights that we're going to be looking and betting on is Davy Grand Asunciao. And I'm going to go on the Guido Canetti side at that plus 650 mark. Got to just take a stab at it. Throw a 20 on Guido Canetti at plus 650 and maybe a 10 spot on Guido Canetti by the TKO, or just put it, or 30 on the money line at plus 650. The line just way too off there. I'm going to do research on Josh Fremd and Dumas. I'm hoping that Victor Henry comes closer to a money line. Even money bout between Graverly and Victor Henry, but I'm on Victor Henry on that side. I'm on Carlson Harrison by submission. He should fucking, like I said, rush over and get the submission. I'm not going to bet the Tyson Nam Bruno Silva fight, but I am going to bet Nikita Krylov for Ryan Spahn. I'm on Ryan Spahn. I think that he could end up, like, if he just wrestles, but he doesn't have the best wrestling, but if he stands up and needs Krylov, he's going to get knocked out. He's going to get knocked the fuck out. Great fight. Said Nurmagomedov versus Jonathan Martinez. I'm wanting to bet Jonathan Martinez, but I can't. Because I think it's going to be a kickboxing match, and I think Said's going to have the better skills there. He's going to close distance. He's better in close quarters combat, close quarters striking. So I'm leaning on Said there, and I'm leaning it as a decision. But he might get the finish there. He might get the TKO there or the finish. So what's the finish line on him? Him by TKO is plus 370. Nurmagomedov, I mean. And by finish is plus 188. I don't know if it's worth to chase that or just or go for a parlay there. With these women's bouts. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Renu is saying it. As soon as you see Spahn eating elbows while in a single, you can't help but feel it's likely to be over soon. Yeah, dude. The power of Nikita Krylov is insane. You gotta be clean with your takedowns with him. It's gotta be like, and the guy's big, so he's hard to take down. But if Spahn gets it to the ground, I think the Krylov is a fish out of water, and he can be held and he can be submitted. And Spahn is a reborn. I like Spawn 2.0. I like Spawn 2.0. I like the look of Spawn 2.0. I like the attitude of Spawn 2.0. If he could match it with his fight IQ, it's just that they're both don't go very far into the fight, and that doesn't help Spawn. at all. It feeds more into Krylov's advantage, right? Of him getting the KO. Oh, so I'm going to bet something on Nurmagomedov and Martinez. There's going to be a wager there, whether a prop. I love that fight. Um, Tukayev and Petrino, I'm going to do some research on it. I can't use Ricardo Ramos as a parlay piece. I can't trust him to finish Austin Lingo, but I think he will. I think he's going to TKO Austin Lingo. I'm not going to bet it, but him by TKO is plus 360. That's juicy enough for me possibly to chase. But I'm favoring him. And then I'm on Volkov against. I think this is a time where Alexander Romanov meets another Russian fighter that is that is just better on the feet than him. That could, if he could stuff some takedown, better cardio for sure. Alexander Romanov has no cardio. If he doesn't finish you in the first minute and a half, if this goes into round 3, I would look for Volkov to win in round 3, which would pay you plus 1,700. So I don't know if I'm going to throw a lottery ticket or a toonie on that. Maybe I do that. I think that's better than the parlay Real News was talking about, but hey, whatever. And then I'm hoping that this line between Merab and Peter Yan, I like over 1.5 minus 8. It's so juiced, minus 835. Yes, to go the distance, minus 205. I think it goes the distance because Merab's just doesn't have that submission ability. And his path to victory is just holding Peter Yan down. He's not going to knock Peter Yan down. Moon is saying you wish you could play those. Which ones are you wishing you could play? You can play anything you want, brother. But those are the fights that I'm going to be betting on. Is Peter Yan Devashili. I'm going to lean. I might use Peter Yan as a parlay piece. I think he wins this outright. Volkov. I'm going to take Volkov as a dog. I might use him in a Trixie with some other people here. We're going to work out a Trixie or maybe a Yankee. Like if we do a Yankee, Volkov, Peter Yan. I don't like Ramos doesn't add that much value to me. I like Nurmagomedov. Carlson Harrison. I think Carlson Harrison at the minus 305, now is the time to pull the trigger, guys. Once we're done here, I might pull the trigger on Carlson Harrison. And Victor Henry. I like Victor Henry. And then I like Davey Grant. I like Davey Grant because if Rafael Sunciao doesn't get the takedown, Davey Grant's all right. That is a parlay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dirty parlay. Peter Yan, Alexander Volkov, Carlson Harrison, Victor Henry, and Davey Grant. It comes to plus 1,640. You throw a 20 on that, you're going to win $228. Right? Let me see in the round robins area here, guys. The Heinz. You play a $5 Heinz, which is $285 to a potential payout of $1,569. I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to gamble this weekend, guys. Look for a follow-up show that I might go live again once I've done better research today, or I'm sorry, not today, but tomorrow. I'm going to do a little more research on this and might release some of my actual plays with you guys. But right now, my plays are the dog plays that we've discussed. Not a bad cigar. For the Chiefs, it's good. The last of the Mikerphone Brewings. Man, this beer is fucking good. I'm telling you guys, this beer is fucking good. I don't know, you see these guys drinking this fucking Miller Lite, fucking goddamn Four Locos and Natty Ice and shit, fucking seltzers. What the fuck are you doing? Got beer like this out there. You can drink this. You can drink this beer. You guys are crazy. Yeah, $16 a 4-pack, but this shit is good. Like, when I think about it, and the amount of money that I spend even just in my beer, I could buy this, like, watches like this, you know, like this Marlin over here. Timex Marlin, guys, fucking watch check. Love this thing. I love the look. It's a cheap, it feels cheap as fucking hell, but it looks great. I like that. I like that. Cheap as hell. Everybody likes it. Get a lot of compliments on the watch. And now I know that it isn't scratched because I took that film off and it looks even better. But yeah. Mikerphone Brewing, big time winner there, guys. With the Shaolin finger jab, winner, chicken dinner. Yeah, we're gonna have to give this cigar a solid 7. It could be the buzz, it could be the beer, but when you smoke it to a nub and you're able to smoke it to a little nub like this, and you enjoy it, it's good. It's not a fabulous smoke, but it's a good smoke. For the price, winner. Like it was $5.65 or like $5 or something, like $5.40. Doesn't burn hot. Has a better character now. Still a lot of leather with a little sweetness from the beer. Over time, that beer is going to add to it, like little by little, with the saliva there, to the sweetness to it. Real News saying that Jack Shore, Juliana Miller next week, looking for sure winners to me. Yeah, hey, Real News, there is definitely, and I need to do this more, like, John Jones was an underdog against Cyril Gahn. We lost that, like, I don't know why I didn't jump on him at plus 150. When the line opened up, there is value in intelligence, and I need to do it more. I used to do it more. I haven't been. And I know Blood Money Bets is fantastic at doing that. In betting, like putting his money up early. Brady says that he does, and he does. Like, if these lines are available, and you really like know something is out of kink, like let me see some of these lines in the future. Let's look at some future lines, guys. March 18th. Let's see who. Dude, Christian Duncan is like a favorite over Dusko Todorovic. I know Todorovic, man, they keep these guys in there. Jai Herbert, a dog against Klein Ladovit. Yeah. Klein Ladovit at minus 165 is not bad. That's not a bad line right there to jump on. Damn, Mokahev against Jafel Filo, minus 770. Yeah, Muhammad Mokahev by submission is probably going to be. Jack Shore, minus 500. Yeah, dude, all the value is just gone, right? Gunnar Nelson, minus 375 against Brian Barberena. I wouldn't be too confident on that one. And I'm definitely on Dolidze. I got to go on Dolidze now. I'm on Roman Dolidze. Is Roman Dolidze going up? But he doesn't. He's not really going up because he should be at that weight class, right? I'm on Dolidze at plus 215. That's going to be my bet right there. And then Joanne Wood, they're giving her a give me against Carolina Luana. Like they're giving her a give me. Yeah, I mean, real news, I wouldn't, like, don't parlay this shit. If you're doing futures, you don't have to parlay. Pick, like, a dog, like Roman Dolidze, and hit that hard. Like, put all your toonies in Roman Dolidze. That's what I would do. Like, if you got 5 toonie parlay bets, you know, put Dolidze in there. I'm on Roman Dolidze at plus 215. I got to grab him. Like, I'm surprised now that the Pieta Adesanya line is closed. It's almost even money. Pieta was even a bigger dog. I should have grabbed Pieta. He's like, oh my God, real news is on Vettori here. Oh no. Oh no. Nah. Roman's going to get this. Like, Vettori might be one of those fighters like he's hit the wall. Right? Like, there's, like Joanne Wood. Like, even she's going to give me. But some of these fighters, like, they just hit the wall. Right? There's a time where you got to hang up the gloves or go somewhere else. Do something else. Like, Marvin Vettori is at that stage. When is Marvin Vettori going to sniff the fucking goddamn title again? It's set up for Dolidze. It's his time. Like Gunnar Nelson. He's hit the wall. Right? Like, you could say that about Brian Barberena, but no. Jack Shore, Amir Khan. Wow, good-ass fight. You know, good-ass fight. Everyone's on Shore, big time to knock him out, but yeah, Americani is submission or bust, but the guy fights for your money. I've lost money and I've won money with Marquana Americani, but at plus 370, I like me some Jack Shore, but I might have to go the other way. Sometimes I'm betting a number. You know, not just the skills. I'm willing to risk money going against my own knowledge, right? Like, I know it doesn't make sense. I'm not fucking fading Ladovit again. I think Ladovit at minus 165 is a good-ass bet. And I think Dusko Todorovic is against Christian Duncan. I have to look more at Christian Duncan. I think right now he might be somebody that you should get on, but I have to look at the film on Christian Duncan. But Fiziev against Justin Gaethje, another fight here, guys. Same thing. Why doesn't Justin Gaethje fucking rush across the fucking goddamn octagon and take Fiziev down? Take the motherfucker down right away. Or at least try to. At least close the distance. I'm on, I think the gate changing, this is a lot of gate changing happening. Like, there's gotta be new blood coming in all, not just in Grasso and these things. There's got to be a lot of new blood happening in the UFC, and the UFC is banking on that, and the gamblers are banking on that. Rafael Fiziev at minus 245. I'm gonna take Gaethje. I'm taking Gaethje at that plus 290. Because Gaethje can win a decision, can kickbox with Fiziev, and if Gaethje fucking decided to wrestle, oh my God, dude, if I were his coaches, I'd be like, dude, you know what we're doing this time? We're practicing striking defense and level changes. You know, we're like level changing, we're fucking getting this guy to the ground. We saw how well Rafael Dos Anjos did against Fiziev, wrestling, wearing him down, grappling with him, at least engaging in that clinch. God, this beer is so good. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys, man, besides the title implications, let's just look at it from a gambling perspective, right? Brian Barberena is going to fight for your money. Gunnar Nelson, again, a guy who's a good hammer, not a good nail. If he doesn't get a sub, if this stays on the feet, Brian Barberena could fucking take it all fucking day. Just like Justin Gaethje. And so from a gambling perspective, these guys that like Fiziev is not really he is a finisher. Gunnar Nelson is a finisher in their win methodologies, right? But I think those are two good dogs, right then and there. And I would even say Amara Marikwan, even though Jack Shore's damn good fucking takedown defense, like really strong hands. If Marquand doesn't get the submission round one, he's done. He's done. Jack Shore will piece him up. Muhammad Mokaev against Rafael Filo. Yeah, I mean, Mokaev is minus 770. You can't use, Jennifer Maia, like against Casey O'Neill. Maia is more of a kickboxer, but yeah, I think there's a lot of good spots, and my main spot is Dolidze. Rather than hunt and peck, like search around for this great dog, I think the best dog in the next two of this event and the next event is Dolidze. I think I need to invest in Dolidze now before. And I know that Real News disagrees with me, but I like that number at plus 215. I got to throw a unit on that, I got to throw a unit on that. Yeah, I mean, Muhammad might, again, I don't know enough. I don't watch like Instagram enough. I don't think it's time to fade Muhammad. And there's and this guy may not be the guy to do it. I think Dolidze might be the guy to fade Marvin Vettori. Rolando Dolidze is the real deal. Like, he's on the rise. He's on the come up. I think he's going to match Vettori on the feet, and he has more than enough to submit Marvin Vettori, to actually on the ground, to actually literally submit him. I hate saying that, literally submit him, but to submit him. And then we have Usman and Edwards. Has Usman hit the wall? The wall is undefeated. Usman is one of those guys. Fucking, his body is just worn down. He looks good, trains good, but man, like we upgraded this to a 7, right? I love to be able to smoke a cigar up to this nub. It's part me, right? It's part the cigar. The cigar has to let me do this, right? It lets me draw it. It's got a little better flavor, but it's not super flavorful. So 7, and for the price, the 7. The beer is still 9.5, guys. The Shaolin finger jab, fucking awesome. One of the best beers I've had on the that I've drank in a while. It probably will be gone soon. Get it at your Binnies. Yeah, good. Too good. Like the next card isn't as good. I don't think it's as good from a gambling perspective or a. I think this card is a good gambling card, guys. There's good lines here, good parity. I think that even for the favorites, you know this is a good betting card. I wouldn't hate most of the plays you make on this particular card. It's going to be a cash friendly fucking goddamn card for sure. And I wouldn't quit. Like just if you start on the card and if you're going to be betting most of the fights, which I almost do, almost I've slowed that down. This next card is dangerous for me because I could see myself being on too many spots and too many lines, but I like them. I love the lines here. Like nothing's outrageous. Other than Batista Canetti, I'm betting Canetti plus 650, throwing 20 on that. Easy, all day. You know, lottery ticket bet, whatever, gas money. Not even gas money. Gas money is like 40, 50 bucks. Like I'm just throwing a 20 on it. All day, easy, doing it. Why not? But a lot of good lines. Like you could go hard on Davy Grant. Hopefully that line goes. I hope it closes a little bit, and then I'm going to be on Grant when it's closer to even money. When the Carlton Harrison submission line hits, it's probably only going to be like plus 120, plus 100. I'm probably going to throw a unit on that, or the finish line. If that hit, is not net minus 110, I think they're going to offer it like at minus 110 or something like that. Because looking at it, they haven't offered it yet, which is interesting. But if you can find a Carlton Harrison line by submission, like at plus 200, jump all over that shit. Jump all over that shit. He's another dude. He should just run across the fucking goddamn octagon, take that Jared Gordon fucking down, and submit his ass. But is he going to do it? No. It's not always as easy as you say, like as I say. Like, hey, just run across the octagon and fucking take the guy down. Because Ryan Spahn, he's going to have a hard time taking down Nikita Krylov. Closing that distance is dangerous. Going for that takedown is dangerous. Are you guys about betters? I know everybody in my audience, fucking Real News is about better. He's about that life. He's about that life. Well, smoking cigar. Alec and Bradley, as a cigar maker, 10. They're making the best shit right now. All their shit. Like Drew Estate's good too, but Alec and Bradley, as a cigar maker, and I featured them a bunch in my reviews here. You can't go wrong buying their cigars, and they're premium and low premium, but they're fucking the shit. You could smoke a cigar this low, and it's still burning. It's a testament to construction and quality. Mainly the construction. Whoever rolled this fucking cigar was a master. Because it's not me. It's the cigar that's letting me do this. Right? Part me, but mainly the cigar. So when you can smoke a cigar to this little nub like this, it's that the cigar quality, the roller, is master. And Alec and Bradley is a 10. And the beer that we had today, Mikerphone Brewing, and I've reviewed one other Mikerphone Brewing beer a while ago. I don't recall I remember it was like the Fuji's themed beer. Good beer. Wasn't as good as this. But this beer, the Shaolin Finger Jab, guys, the buzz is there, the taste is there, the quality is there. One of the best beers I've had all year in a long time. This is one of the best beers you could buy. Period. Alec and Bradley, you can't go wrong at any of their smokes. And I think that like Alec and Bradley's been, I've given it like did the double broadleaf get a 9.5? Like they have, and other than the nub, I always go back to the nub, which was did I give that a 9.5? I did, and the nub. And even though this was a $6 cigar, this was the Project 40. This is another 7, but for the price, it just doesn't have a lot of flavor, guys. But for the price, it's a good smoke. You can enjoy a cigar, enjoy it all the way for an hour and a half. How long have we been on live? Like an hour and a half. Fucking awesome. Even though I only give it a 7 because it just doesn't have the flavor range that I like. It doesn't have, as I always mention, the start, the middle, and the end, right? Like a book, right? Like even a beer has how it tastes initially, how it is on the tongue, and then how it goes down in the throat. It has those characteristics and the different flavors as they're going through it. It just doesn't have a strong flavor palette, But guys, thank you, Real News. Appreciate you always coming in. Anybody that listens to this, I know you guys watch this stuff. I appreciate you guys coming in. Good luck this weekend. I might do a follow-up show. I'm going to try to do a little follow-up show on my picks. Even if I'm at work, whatever, it might be a little impromptu. But as always, you guys are about betters. Made it this far. You are about betters. Appreciate everything you guys do. Appreciate your support. Hit the like button, comment, like, subscribe. Go out, buy some fucking good ass cigars, buy some good beer for yourself. Live life to the fullest. Enjoy yourselves. I got the day off today. It was a good day. Real News, thank you so much, man. And you guys are about betters, and I appreciate every one of you. Hope you guys have a great, great, great weekend. Let's make some more money. Like this guy says, let's stack those tickets like flapjacks. Let's win these things. This is a good betting card, guys. Do not ignore this card. Bet some money on this card. This is a good money card. All right. Thank you so much. Wrap it up. It's time.